That's right, everybody. If you're in a Google Meet, remember to control your D if you're not talking. And if your camera's on, remember to control your D. Yeah, seriously, y'all. What the fuck? Man, we're back with another one of DMing Hadley's games. And this one is the Mercenary Guild Special Ops. This is the second episode of the fourth season of Special Ops. And our party members have ventured into the astral plane at the behest of the Mercenary Guild in order to seek out some lost compatriots who themselves were sent to reach out to Bahamut and pray he come to the world of Tierra to make things right. And you guys fought an astral dreadnought as you were transported into the astral plane, a titanous creature that mauled and bit and scraped at you and teleported you into a demiplane from which you were fortunate enough to escape. And as you said, you made friends with some Githyanki, these tall, green, lanky individuals who pilot a real nice-looking boat through the astral seas. And I guess that's enough of that, which means... it's time for the round robin. That's right, everybody. During the round robin, we like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing we do is offer a vivid, aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes. Because, well, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 6 days a week, often multiple times per day, and today is no different. So, without further ado, John, why don't you take it away and show the folks at home how it's done?
Good evening. I'm John Heehan. Today I will be playing Lana Sue Sarasong. She is a high elf druid fighter monk, and she is a fairly slight creature with grayish, bluish, kind of silvery hair. She has a very large owl familiar, and she's very slight. She has a gray cloak. And tattoos on one of her arms that's an eldritch claw, and I'm going to present her appearance now. Tell me when you see it, Hadley.
Drum roll, here we go. Magnificent. What was her race?
High elf.
Excellent.
I'll be right back. I have to close it because it crashes.
Yeah, it's how it does. Excellent. I know you're not here, John, but thank you, John. Magnificent. Oh God, everybody goes nutso once we go back around. But Matt, why don't you take it away?
Sorry, I have closed captions on down at the bottom, and when John said "Hi, Elf," it wrote Ohio. I'm like, "Hi, I'm in Ohio."
I am in Ohio.
I was done. It just crashed. Sorry.
You were the avatar of Ohio. That's terrifying. God, what a horrifying thing.
right.
Knock it out, bud.
So I'm Matt. Pronouns he, him, bottle. Sure. And
Cheers.
I'm playing Kepler, a run tonight, who is a tiefling wizard. Yes, I'm surprised too.
He's got a dash of warlock, doesn't he?
Yes, just a little
Yeah.
dash. My sprout would like a hug.
Can't say no to that. Don't say no to that.
Ah. Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
This is Lucia,
Hi, Lucia.
troublemaker.
Hi.
Hi. It's bedtime.
All right.
It's a kitty. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, everybody's a kitty. All right. The only thing on Kepler that looks like it was made properly is his very clearly magical armor, as well as some of his visible, clearly enchanted knickknacks, like his weapon and a very nice amulet. Everything else looks like it was made by somebody who doesn't know how it's supposed to be made in the first place. If you were to wage a guess, he made it himself, but you suspect that he used some kind of spell to do it. Probably a poorly implemented fabricate.
Everything's a little lumpy.
Doesn't quite fit right. It's different length sleeves, maybe slightly too long. Just it fits the definition of clothes, but barely.
But just barely. What does he carry for a weapon?
A very small crossbow,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a rapier also at his hip.
Nice.
He's a winged tiefling. Those are somewhat feathery wings, not much in the way of bat wings here.
Interesting.
Some very beat up horns and somewhat green skin.
I love it. Does he have any jewelry besides the amulet?
Just an onx ring.
Okay. All right. Very good. Beautiful. Thanks, Matt. Raphael, you're up.
Awesome. I'm Raphael. I use any and all pronouns. I don't care over here. And today I'm going to be playing Light Darkfig again, who is a changeling who usually presents themselves as a tiefling with a nice faint purple tone. All of their clothes are just completely like ripped and tattered. They have an eye patch over their right eye. Their right arm is completely bone. They have two tails. And their left leg, just under their knee, they have a prosthetic. And always with a cigar in his mouth and carrying his giant stone great axe thrown over his right shoulder. Light is also a wild magic barbarian / sorcerer, so he's a lot of fun.
I love it. We do a lot of wild magic around here.
Yes.
So people are like, you just 1 in 20 chance of doing wild shit, and I'm like, not around here. A lot of wild magic. Excellent. Beautiful description. I love it. Thank you. Who's left? David.
Yo. So, my name is David. I am coming to you from West Coast, California this afternoon / evening.
Nice.
I go by, technically, if you go by what my kid would say, my pronoun is asshole, but he, him, fine.
Can't imagine where he learned that.
Yeah, no, didn't learn that from me at all. As for my character, I am this week again playing Jubei, who is a male tabaxi. He is a monk rogue. And in terms of how he would appear, he's wearing essentially like a Japanese nagagi under jacket with hakama pants. Everything is all black. He also has a black cloak on. So you don't necessarily see any of the weapons that he would carry, but everything looks well worn, few patches here. It's a little tattered and beat up, just showing how long he's had these items. But other than that, he has black fur, green eyes, 6 foot, 175, which is pretty average for a tabaxi, but just kind of the reserved and, the one who prefers to blend into the shadows and strike from them. And that's me.
I love it. Excellent. Thank you. I believe that is everyone, which means it just leaves me, DMing Hadley. He, him pronouns here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. We begin tonight on the ship. And we see, I would not say a raucous crowd here. The members of the crew have, a cup or maybe a little bit more so of this wine. And as you are handed each of these glasses, we see them drinking, again, somewhat reserved. They're not downing these cups, but they are sort of talking amongst themselves and starting to talk to you. You see the captain. He greets a couple of guys and is sort of pulled away, and he claps Light on the shoulder and says, "Good job to all of you." Who can actually understand him?
It's just me.
Yeah, you hear him commend once more Light and your party before he turns and heads towards his quarters, which you see are sort of that raised tier at the aft of the ship. And he goes in with a couple of subordinates. And they're sort of talking, and a group of these sailors come over to you and want to know where you're from. You see, there's one who is much shorter than the others. Most of these guys are 6'4" and above. This guy's coming in at a stubby, like 5'9", 5'10". And as he approaches the three of you, he says, "You guys have had like an amazing time. Like, how did you fought? You killed you? It must have been like." And there's this just like scattered, stuttered sense of thought that you hear expressed, and it's honestly almost painful, Darkfig, as you hear him. But he goes on.
I do. Do I have one question?
Sure.
Is this person a child, or are they just like a short adult?
Roll me an insight check, please.
Oh, I get to roll an insight check? Okay, hold on. Let me do that for you. Oh. 17 on insight.
Yeah, as you look around at the crowd and see the different sort of insignias, probably of rank, on the shoulders of these individuals, you look and you see that the jacket that he's wearing is bare, save for the sort of golden like pinstripe over the shoulder. And you think this guy's probably, you're not sure how these people age. If you want to delve into that, that'd be a nature check.
But I know they're younger.
But yeah,
right?
you got an idea. This is definitely a new recruit.
All right. I feel like Light definitely isn't annoyed at this for certain reasons. I think Light is actually gravitating towards this certain person a bit more than everyone else.
Yeah, as he continues to stammer, he says, "You've got to be like powerful heroes, right?"
Yeah, Light's just gonna like take a knee down to be on eye level. I haven't done too much saving actually, but I guess you can say that, yes.
He like nods, and you see that he's actually got a smaller cup of this wine, and he says, "Well, here's to heroism." And he goes to raise his glass, and a number of the other sailors around him raise their glasses in kind. And you guys gonna finish off this wine with them?
Oh hell yeah.
All right. As each of you drink, can I get medicine or insight checks or arcana checks?
Insight for Jubei would be a 14.
Okay.
Insight for Light is gonna be a solid 3.
Nice. Nice.
Arcana for Kepler is a 24.
Beautiful. As each of you finish this wine and see that literally there's not a drop of it inside of these cups left behind, Jubei, you start to feel more robust. There's been this sort of encroaching sense since you got here, and you don't know if it was just because you were met with this titanous creature that wanted to eat you. But in this case, it starts to feel more environmental as you drink this wine. And feel like you're actually standing up straight again. You feel like you were just hunkering down. And Kepler, as you drink this, you actually feel the magic starting to pump through your veins. And Light, as you drink this wine, it is really good wine.
Prior to being captured by that dreadnought, did you guys have a destination in mind?
Yeah, the little guy says, "Oh, yeah, I can show you." And he literally grabs your hand and starts pulling you through this small crowd of sailors. And you're really having to lean down a little bit to get to this guy, even if as he's close to 6 feet tall. And he starts rushing you towards the back of the boat, leaving Jubei and he was talking to Dark Fig, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna follow them though.
Okay. Yeah, I think he sort of gets it as you're like pointing around. And yeah, he starts rushing you guys towards the back of the boat. Jubei, these guys seem to be sort of packing it in over here. One of the guys grabs up the small barrel that they poured the wine from. And just pops the cork back. You don't want to lose it. And he starts trucking towards the back of the boat as well. What do you do, Jubei, as you're sort of behind the crowd?
Well, I would, as my character would probably follow along with my party members a few feet back. I would want to ask a question when the opportunity presents itself. However, seeing the situation, not wanting to be rude. I'm just going to take my time, wait for the opportunity, not interrupt, because I'm not sure. Yeah, they didn't kill us before. Doesn't mean we can't piss them off now. So internally, I'm just going to be observant, walk a few feet behind the party, and just listen for the moment.
As they progress, we sort of see all parties clambering down to the second deck of this ship. And as you descend, almost immediately to your right, looks like a mess hall. There's picnic style tables that seem to be bolted down and little almost like toadstool looking stools screwed in place as well. There's a couple of guys sort of hanging out in there, and it obviously could serve most of the crew almost right away. And the kid sort of comes in and pulls a black bag from around his back and pulls out 4 rolled maps and lays them down and starts to spread them out on the table and put little weights down. And you start seeing these different perspectives on like the starscape outside. And he starts listing the name of different asteroids and systems and all of that. And he says, we were bound for Ijendu. It's Ijendu. He sort of points out this. I don't know if you have an idea of scale, but it looks like a pretty large piece of rock. Can I get what are you guys' passive perceptions?
I'm a 29.
That's pretty good.
15 for light.
Not bad.
16.
Okay. Yeah. In short order, as you look out, Jubei, you see that these maps are moving. The like rocks that are on them, you can see them turning slowly in 3 dimensions, despite the fact that the back of it looks like papyrus and the lines look like they're drawn in like inkwell ink. They just continue to change. And the other 2 of you begin to notice that as well, as he starts just sort of like really nerding out on the chance to talk about cartography.
Noticing that he's nerding out, Light would like to ask if the kid knows about any possible ways to get to the Feywild from anywhere.
He scratches his head and he says, I've only read about the Feywild in books. It's like a whole other like universe. How do you know about
it? That is it's my home.
Wow. You're from another universe.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
He starts looking down at the maps and sort of spreads them out a little bit, sort of regarding how much he's able to sort of comprehend of literally space. And then you see his thought process sort of expand into the fact that there could be so many different versions of what he's able to comprehend. And you see he actually sort of grabs his head a little bit. And says, "Wow, it's a mind-bending concept. Well, I hope you don't ever want to go back, because getting out of here is not a thing that happens, really."
I mean, I've gotten out of the Feywild. I think this will I think we also have a way to get it out of here. But I mean, even if I think I have a good shot.
Oh, okay. Wow, really confident. You guys really must be like really heroic.
DM query.
Yeah.
The ship.
Mhm.
Have we left off? We boarded the ship and we slowly started to take off, etc.
Correct.
Okay. Does this ship behave like a normal ship would on the open seas? Like, does it
There
toss,
is
turn?
nope.
Okay.
It's I think as you start to like look around, you're like, are we moving? It does not
Okay.
feel like you're moving. You don't feel any sort of like headwind or resistance or tailwind or shuddering of any kind.
Okay.
You do feel a faint, very low. It's almost a hum. It's almost a hum. Like the
Okay.
faintest sort of thrumming, maybe just the faintest bit.
Okay. I was just going to ask because if I'm looking at maps that are slightly moving with the road, like any kind of movement of the ship, I didn't know if that would screw with my equilibrium after having just drank something. I had no idea what it was because I wasn't sure if that was coming back up real quick.
No, I don't think that the effects of that drink are a problem necessarily, and you're not being tossed about like a ship on the ocean.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's so smooth it's almost imperceptible. Hey, Lana, how do you move through the world?
What do you mean?
Like how do you carry yourself?
Oh, I think if she's by herself, she moves very quietly and very stealthily, almost unnoticed. Like you might turn around and see the glimmer of like a shadow, and then suddenly her face is visible. It's like she unwraps out of a shadow. But if her giant owl familiar Key is with her, it's like the center of attention because it's an owl with a wingspan like this, and perched on this tiny 5'3" elf's shoulder, it really sort of commands attention. So I don't know how you want to walk her into this group, but I think that
generally 1 foot in front of the other down the hall towards the mess would be my choice.
I like the idea that they're studying these maps and looking over everything, and then all of these people who are familiar to each other turn and look, and there's this like new figure standing next to them who has just sort of appeared, just sort of from the ether, who says, "You wish to find the Feywild?"
Light will turn around with such joy on his face. Light, I don't think Light would even question where the hell you came from. Just turns around with so much joy. With yes, everything, definitely.
And then there's a shriek as the owl comes flying in and lands on her shoulder. So she can speak Common, Celestial, Druid, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Light speaks Common, Celestial, Infernal, and Sylvan.
A lot of languages in common then.
How do you greet one another then in this moment? What language do you use? Specifically Lana.
Yeah, I was about to say they would have called first.
I think she would have spoken Sylvan because she's speaking to someone who said they want to return, that they're from the Feywild, that they want to find it. It's the language of the Feywild. She speaks it. It would be kind of like a test.
Yeah,
he responded in Sylvan,
Light turns around without any hesitation and responds in Sylvan more than anything.
So is that our next destination? Is the Feywild, Hadley?
Oh no. Oh, no. Unfortunately, it's not. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, she tells him, first you must find a place that overlaps the Feywild, and then you merely think where you want to go. It's all about intention.
Oh, intention. All right. Thank you. So much, friend. My name is Light. It is a pleasure to meet you. And these two are my friends, Jubei and Venko.
Captain.
She looks from one to the other and takes a bow, and as she does, her gray cloak falls open, and this humongous pair of nunchucks with like gilded silver dragon heads on the clubs clangs together and shows itself, as well as like this blue steel moon sickle that's on a hanging clasp on her waist as she takes a low bow and then closes her cloak once again.
Are you part of this crew and such, or are you part of the mercenary guild, or
Yeah, John. Are you?
Chester and I go way back. You could say he introduced me to my mentor, Sylvia.
all right, interesting. Unfortunately, right now we're not going to the Feywild. Do you know our mission here?
I do not. I often get so few details from Chester before he sends me on my way.
Fair enough. We're here on, say, like a search and rescue mission for a previous party. No idea where they are or how to find them, or even how to get home. They gave us something. I ate it. It was I don't know. Just kind of happened. Um,
You ate it?
I did eat it. I mean, just growing up in the Feywild, I mean, I just ate it.
I love the facial expressions on the cat, by the way. Fucking amazing.
Thank you.
I think the other two have what I'm talking about. I mean, I ate it, so I can't show you it, but I'm pretty sure if you wanted to see, they both have one.
And what is it?
It's like a weird it's almost like a dice. It
Yeah.
looks like.
I would Jubei because Jubei often stands when he's back. He puts his hands in his sleeves in that traditional kind of Japanese way, and you would see as he pulls his hand out, he would hold up the essentially jewel, and it looks like a translucent and iridescent D8 as described by Hadley last week, and it is used to mitigate the effect of the expanse, is what we were told. And I would just hold it up and show it.
John is intimately familiar with what that is as a player.
You mean the expanse?
The little gems, iridescent gems.
Oh, from that fucking asteroid. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Asteroid. What is an asteroid?
she's oh. Yes, I have seen these before. Hadley, does she know? Can I pour over?
You've got a pouch with a collection of them in your pocket, like on your belt.
I once was traded these, and she pulls them out and shows them to you. I was once traded these as currency by a very peculiar goblin who said he spent a great deal of time in a society that traded these as currency. Very dangerous place out here in the Astral Sea.
As you guys look in this bag, there's probably I'd say nearly 200 of these. It's a bounty. And can I get medicine or arcana checks again from the three of you?
It's gonna be a 13 on medicine for light.
Meh. 13 for medicine for Jubei as well.
Okay.
17 Arcana.
Jubei and Light, you're like, the crystals make you feel good. Like, okay, all right, got it. I understand now that, and I'll also say, Light, you don't necessarily feel too bad about having eaten the thing. You're like, actually, that might be the way to do this. Round them off, just eat them like Tic Tacs. As you see this larger satchel, very large coin purse full of these. As you look over, Kepler, you can almost smell it. You can almost feel the warmth from that pouch. How much more magic is sort of emanating from it.
What kind of society enchants their currency? Prevent counterfeiting or something?
From what I understand, it was a community of Gith, and this primary form of currency was desperately desired. They hoarded it, they stole for it, they traded for it. It was the foundation of their entire existence. Apparently, if they collected enough of it, they could escape their doleful living circumstances there. I couldn't quite figure out what they were for when they were traded to me. Then they did not seem to glow in this way back then, too. So I assume they're kind of glowing the way.
I think that it's more of a almost invisible sort of magical condensation. And I think because you're Fae, you're pretty accustomed to a high level of magical just inundation.
Sure.
And you yourself are a magical being. And so you also sort of emit that same sort of energy. So you're just sort of bathed in it a little all the time. And I think when you start to consider it, you realize that maybe that all you need is a little bit, or at least a satchel full, and that's giving you everything you need to survive relatively comfortably. Welcome back. The kid turns around, and he steps forward, and he's got a little case, and he opens up his purse, and he's got he's got maybe 30 or 40 of these gems. It's a pretty tightly packed small leather pouch he's got. He says, depending on where you go, this could be a fortune, or this couldn't buy you a proper ale.
There's ale here? Of course there is. I just drank wine. I'm so sorry. I'm just amazed that I found someone else from the Feywild. It is all. I'm just kind of out of it.
Of course, it's a bit disorienting, changing planes, I guess. You guys have some of these, right?
I ate mine. And yes, they all have some as well.
You might want more than one, guys. He starts counting out how many he's got, and he keeps 15 of them, and then starts handing 5 each to each of you. And says, "This'll. I mean, every little bit helps." And he hands it out to everybody.
Light feeling like eating them is the way to go is just gonna start eating them.
Sure. As he just sort of like starts like handing them to you one by one, really paying attention to the pile. So I think we just see that hand go out and then boop like
Yup,
every single
yup.
one. And can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Of course you can.
Excellent.
You know what? That's a
That's pretty
3,
awesome.
but I'm going to use
Indomitable.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos because I can, because I still have it.
Excellent. That is fantastic.
Yes. So hopefully it's better than. You know what? That is better. It's going to be an 18.
That's much better. I'm glad to see that. Can I get a D20 roll from you, please?
Oh, of course you can.
As this thing sticks in your throat, we see like literally inside these little wispy, sort of like that dripping condensation of magic starting to sort of like back build in your throat. And then we see it start to like charge your flesh.
It is also going to be an 18 for the cons, the D20 roll.
And a D100, please. And as we see this sort of like almost electrical discharge, we see it start to move down your throat. And as you swallow it,
72. Oh no.
You swallow it, and you feel your tummy rumble just a little bit. And can I get a performance check real quick?
Oh, he can. Light can perform for you.
Excellent.
It's gonna be a 15.
Light breaks wind. Faintly, and then into sort of a rising squeak at the end, as if you were holding a balloon tight. And you all, as you look at him, see a shimmer in the space behind him, as if there was like a cloud of something still hanging there. And then it sort of dissipates.
Did it taste good? Did they taste good?
Unfortunately, they don't really have a flavor. They just taste smooth, but pointy.
It's a good meal. That's the way to do it. Definitely the way to do it.
Can I get 4 more Constitution saving throws, please?
Oh no.
We're gonna resolve that in just a minute. Do any of the rest of you eat your magical D8s?
No.
Okay.
Coin pouch.
Great. Lana, you feel suddenly very wealthy. You really haven't wanted for much, and your relationship with the Gith is even a bit of a good omen, if not a boon. They are not. When people of certain levels of power are around, they don't. Nice. Very good. They don't really mince words, and they don't try and pick a fight with powerful people. You have seen them be a little unruly towards individuals in ways that aren't necessarily respectful. but nothing so severe that you've deemed it reasonable to intervene.
Have I spent much time in the astral plane before this, or is this kind of one of my first?
Roll me a history check, please.
16.
No, you've spent quite a while in the astral plane. I'm curious what drew you here. I think it was somewhat of your own volition to make such an expedition. Your relationship, I think, with the Mercenary Guild is not one of regular employment.
Right.
So much as anything this big, you're gonna probably be in on it soon enough.
I think that she came here in part to discover the nature of these beads because they were traded to her by a goblin paladin back in the material plane, and she did some, some study on them, trying to figure out what they were, and had never seen anything like them before, which is quite surprising because she had seen a lot, and so she needed to understand more about their nature, came to the astral plane, and discovered the Mercenary Guild had a presence here, had previously had dealings with them and with Chester, and decided to touch base with them and see what they knew about it. And it looks like there's a mission that would cross paths with finding the origin of these things. So she is working for Chester to help find this other adventuring party that has gone missing.
Magnificent. As the four of you sort of take in your surroundings, you start to see the maps roll up almost by themselves. And then you see them tucked back into the bag, and the kid is sitting here with his hands in the air and looking down, somewhat concerned, and he says, thanks for helping clean up, I guess." And we see the flap on his bag close itself and sort of twist back and forth the little leather lanyard.
Can Light cast see invisibility on himself?
Yes, he can.
Awesome. Light's gonna do that.
As you do that, your vision sort of like goes awash with a gray tone. And as you look around, you see that substantial things are sort of silhouetted in a dark gray. You can still sort of see the texture, but patterns and colors sort of drop away, and there's a faint white line around most living creatures. It's just that sort of invisible essence of life. You also see that there is a stark white individual. They seem to be of human proportion, but about the size of a large dwarf individual. And you see that they are wearing a very nice, like tuxedo shirt and large tie. No, sorry, it's a little crisscross tie with a little gem in it. And they have a towel on their belt, and they have a sort of a satchel that looks very nice across their chest. And they start looking around, and then they look up at you, and they start to like move to the side as you're sort of looking right at them. And then he sort of takes 2 steps to the right. And
Can Light try to not make it obvious that he sees him?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I assume that since we do not see any of this, I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, my friend, I'm a bit scared right. There's uh, I feel like Light would look at Juby in all seriousness. Even yes, evens or odds, my friend.
Go odds.
Odds? Odds it is. So I would like to cast. I would like to make sure I can do that before. Is that a first or second? Oh no, I can't even do. Yeah. So I'd like to cast hold person on that kind of person right there.
Excellent. As all of you see Light cast this spell, what does hold person look like in this instance?
Light kind of smashes his axe on the ground as like blue green tendrils like just burst from the ground and surround this person, pinning them to the floor like on their knees. And almost like medieval person like on their knees with their hands kind of next to their head does that to them.
So it's a beautiful visual. Unfortunately, Light's going to be very disappointed as all of you see these tendrils go up and grab and like hunker down. And as they do, Light, you see this individual look down at this pile of greenery that just shot up through the base of this ship. And he looks at you like,
oh no, he does not do that. No, he doesn't do that.
The rest of you see these the floor start to tear itself apart and green like tendrils grow up out of it, and the kid's eyes go like so big you can see him from behind his head, and he says, "Oh, what are you doing to the ship?"
Kid, check your bags, all right? Light is gonna go over. Yeah, no, Light's just gonna take a swing. He's gonna take a swing.
Roll an attack for me, please.
Awesome. I will roll an attack for you. Not spells. That was almost a nat 1. That's gonna be a mod 20.
Amazing. Fantastic. What are the rest of you do as you see this tiefling barbarian just right like straight down on this bunch of greenery that he just conjured up out of the floorboards?
First, I would like to ask, now hypothetically, given our levels, and this is player not character speaking,
Sure.
I would assume, but you know what happens when you do that,
Sure.
that we've seen hold person before and would know what that meant, but
yeah, there's no way you don't know what's going on.
Okay, so in that instance, Jubei, as he pulls his hands from his sleeves, he has a kunai in each hand and takes a defensive posture in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
And I would just hold my action, but be like, okay, what the hell?
Magnificent. Kepler, what do you do?
The area that we're in, is it bounded?
I mean, there's a ceiling that's, a good
decks, right?
10. Yeah, it's a good 10 feet, 10 to 11 feet tall. 10 where the slats run for the frame of the floorboards of the top deck. But yeah, it's a pretty open space. It's a mess hall. It could seat 60 to 90 people probably.
I would be moving towards the exit with my hand on my rapier, trying to make sure that it would be difficult to get by me without being noticed.
Very nice. I like that. Lano, what are you doing as you see fight breakout?
Yeah, did the individual break free of the roots on the ground?
You didn't see anything except for these roots come up and then sort of hunker down. And then you see an axe being swung really hard into them. And then you start to see them shatter with a woody rattle.
Was he the person that they were intended to
No.
grapple?
No,
Oh,
you
I
do
know.
not. Nope.
Okay. She would turn and like with a start, and there's no communication, but you hear Key, the owl, shriek out and light out from her shoulder, and fly over the altercation as her eyes roll back and become white, and she sees through the owl. Does the owl see something clearer across the room?
No, as you sort of launch over and we see Key's vantage point, we can see light like swinging down, and as we get this huge overlapping degree of visual input, we just see that axe cut into those chunks of woody vines and them shatter and then lodge into ruined floorboards. And as you sort of come down to the end of the room and swoop around, Light, you pull your axe up out of the floorboards and wrest it free, and you see this figure stand there and rub their temple. And he reaches into a pocket, and you see him pull out a spiral-bound notebook. And he pulls out a little pencil and starts writing on the notepad. And he holds it up right in front of your face. And it says, "I'm your unseen servant, idiot," with an exclamation point, and idiot is underlined 3 times.
Mine, as in mine, not anyone else in this room.
He points at the page and shakes his head.
Oh, you must have came when I apologize. I am so sorry.
He shakes his head and just sort of like gives you the hand.
Yeah, no, I you know what? I totally understand. I totally get it. I would be the same way, honestly. I mean, I didn't even know that was possible for me to do. Like that, you know, sometimes just stuff happens. I don't know, but I didn't tell you to do anything. Why did you
So the rest of you hear this one-sided conversation towards a pile of shattered vines on the floor.
Okay. Hearing that, I would ease my posture, start to put my hands back in my sleeves like, whatever.
Light's gonna turn to the group. Right, yeah, so see, I'm not very intuitive when it comes to magic and things. So like that, you guys can't see it, obviously, is an unseen servant. It's my unseen servant, apparently. I had no idea. I'm so sorry for the false alarm.
As he says that, you begin to see these broken pieces of vine sort of like being picked up and almost slowly dissolving back into the ether.
That's normal, right? For Light. Light wouldn't think really anything of that.
I mean, you could put 2 and 2 together.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry about that. You know, My bad. That's just me not being in tune with my magic again. Sorry about that. He's gonna turn to the kid too. So sorry about that, kid. Didn't mean to scare you or anything. Yeah, this is an unseen servant, and like we'll kind of just walk back, trying to play it cool.
As you start to back up, can I get a dexterity saving throw from everyone, please?
Question: is this something Lake can see?
No.
No. All right, cool. Just making sure.
13.
Great.
21 from Light.
Amazing.
Kepler with a nat 1 for 4.
Hot.
18 for Lana.
Okay. Lana, you managed to keep your footing as you feel the boat shift hard left and then sort of bounce up and down for a second at an uneven keel as it sort of comes back down. As Kepler, you go down as this boat rises up and hit your head on one of these tables. And as you do, you're knocked off your feet. You're going to take 2 points of damage. And as the boat starts to shift on the second bounce, you are prone and sort of slide under this table, struggling to get your bearings. I think Jubei, you did a pretty good job there, didn't you?
13.
You come off your feet, but manage to just sort of land on one of these stools and ride out that second bounce. And it's not a comfortable sensation, but as that seat rises up and gives you a nice little reminder that you're alive, you slide down. You are prone, but you are not otherwise restrained for the time being.
Okay.
And Light, what'd you get, Light?
A 21.
As you are sort of backing out of this room, you are in the doorway, and as you feel the room start to move, we see your hands go to the frame, and we just see you like woof, woof, and then up and down, and just before you would bang your head, you're thankful that these people are a taller race and manage not to split the uprights with your horns. And then you guys hear a klaxon start to whine. And it gets very active very quickly. You see this kid grab his bag and he rushes towards the door and sort of takes up the same space as you. And Kepler, he looks up and says, "You might want to hunker down. There's something dangerous out there." And he turns and runs down the hall. And as he does, you see 5 or 6 Gith running out down that same hall towards your party, and very quickly hot-footed up the spiral staircase to your left and onto the main deck. What do you do?
I feel like Light, without hesitation, is gonna follow, and then kind of turn back and be like, point at the unseen servant and be like, "With me, come on, let's go. We gotta go."
Yeah. How long does your invisibility vision last?
Oh, that is not the right tab. See invisibility is second, I believe. See invisibility is gonna be an hour.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I don't know how much more it'll do you, but that's good to know. You got an hour. Sweet. As the unseen servant, you see them still back in the room cleaning up this mess. And as you say with me, you don't see it move. You just see it existing beside you instantaneously. And as you move, it moves on your heels. What are the rest of you doing?
I would be curious. I would start making my way up above deck as well.
Yeah,
Making
in the
sure
chaos,
that
a lot of runs
they
for the
approve.
staircase. That's well.
All right. As each of you pry yourself free and right yourselves and head upstairs, you hear several quick pops. And there's a brief pause and then another volley. And as you come up onto the main deck, you see this puff of like several huge clouds of gray-white smoke. And as you come out, you start to hear shouting and what sounds even like a little bit growling. And let's roll for initiative.
For clarification, DM,
Yeah.
the drink we had earlier, did that give us the benefits of a short or long rest?
No.
So we are still down from last week. Okay,
Mhm.
awesome.
Correct.
And I just wasted like 3 spell slots on my unseen servant.
Mhm.
19 for Jubei for initiative.
Mhm.
You were being thorough. They're not wasted.
Yeah, that's fair. Anybody higher than 19? Who's
Give me
next?
1 second.
Okay.
Kepler.
Kepler with a 17.
Gonna be an 8 for light.
Light. Lana Sue.
8.
8 as well. Roll off.
Okay.
I got 2 8s.
18 on the second one. No, 22. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I got a 6.
Okay, very good. Lana Sue. Very good. Boop, 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 boop. boop. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Magnificent. As the 4 of you crest those stairs and step out onto the top deck, you are met with a cloud of smoke, which has a weird sort of almost sweet, caustic nature to it as you smell it. It is definitely not like good for you, but it has like smelling gasoline or something like that, where someone's like, "Boy, I do not mind smelling that at all. That's good." But you know it's not good for you. And Jubei, you look ahead into that smoke and see it start to swirl. And how's a 28 versus your armor class?
That would hit. I mean, I'm high, but well, not high. I mean, it's high, but not that high.
Okay. You are going to take 5 points of slashing damage as you see a broad curved blade swipe out from the smoke and cut into you. And can I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
7.
Cool. As you see this blade swipe across you, you feel that wound start to like ache. It wasn't that bad of a fucking cut, but oh god. And you are going to take 21 points of poison damage.
I'm immune to poison as a monk.
Is it poison? Hang on. No. You will not be affected by that. You are going to take the extra
Purity of
damage.
body. I am immune to poison and disease.
Sweet.
However,
this guy's not going to get that then. Okay.
I will communicate quickly to my compatriots. I would assume purity of body would, being in touch with being a monk, I would understand what this meant and be like, oh shit, don't, and call out to them. Be careful.
I love that.
It's poisonous.
Yeah, I think we see that line where that cut was almost cauterize with blackness and see that blood almost froth a little bit on the skin, but you manage to expel all of that. And it's your turn. And you can see now, as that smoke has dissipated a little bit, a large green figure. He's wearing a like leather over like plate looking armor. And as he's slashing at you, you see him charging some sort of magic up in his left hand.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Well, in that case, well.
How's a 20? How's a 24 versus your armor class?
What?
How's a 24 versus your armor class?
24 still hits.
Okay.
I thought it was my turn though.
I was still resolving.
My apologies.
Yep.
Okay.
His thing. As he holds that up, you see it start to crackle and sizzle. And he sort of like steps in like he's gonna swing again, and delivers this blast of heat to your midsection. It's not a lot of damage. It's gonna be 16 points of fire damage. And
does it require any kind of saving throw?
No, he's just gonna hit you.
Okay.
And now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm like, I would be like, son of a... And I would, how far? Well, one...
He's right in front of you.
To quickly get a lay of the land, this is using, hopefully, my passive perception. Everybody else is on deck looking at this thing. They're armed. How many people are up there? Can you kind of give me the visual?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
And do you have any bonus or advantage
30.
for 30? Very good. As this smoke is starting to thin out, and you see it, the ship is obviously still moving because it sort of wafts past you and very quickly is cleared. And as you look out, you can see to your right there is another ship that is pulled alongside. It is not nearly as large as this one, but you can see that a boarding party has already jumped onto this ship, and you can see grappling hooks lashing this ship to the other. And as you see that, you see this ship start to pull away and yank the ship that you're on, unsteadying a number of people. It looks like there's at least 8 individuals that are not in some sort of uniform, and there's 6 individuals in uniform. They are outnumbered, but they seem to be fighting very proficiently with cutlass and dagger or cutlass and pistol.
Okay. Thank you for the lay of the land. In that case, so I'm going to use my movement. Well, how far away from me is he? I'm assuming
he's right in front. He's right in front of you. Right in front.
Okay. And my compatriots are still down below, or are they on deck?
They're right behind you. They're beside you.
Okay. So in that case, I'm going to move around behind him, trying to give someone on the next turn an opportunity to move in front and flank. And I'm going to attack with the ninja toe first with the short sword.
Excellent. You guys ever see the little GIF with the robot fighting league, where you see like a guy up here, with a little robot down here, and then you hear beep, and then you see the robot just sort of like show up behind him, and then just right out of the ring. That's what I imagine this looking like.
That was a 20.
Yeah. Do you stab him or do you slash him with the short sword?
It's going to, well, it's piercing damage. So in this case, I'm going to try to stab him in the back.
Okay. Oh, you do.
Okay. That's 13 points of damage.
Magnificent.
I'm going to use a key point and try to do stunning strike.
Ooh.
Because that fucking hurt, dude.
It's fine.
So I need him to, where is it?
22.
Stunning strike, he needs a con saving throw, DC 17.
22.
Oh, he got a 22?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to then attack again for my second attack.
Okay.
That's a 18.
18 is going to hit him.
Okay. 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Another key point for another attempt at stunning strike.
How's a 10?
That's going to make it. So that means he is stunned.
Magnificent.
Sorry, say that again?
Magnificent.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend another key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
So that is unarmed strike. That whiffs. That is a natural 1 for an 11, but I'm assuming that misses.
It does. How's a 28 versus your armor class treat you?
That will hit.
You feel behind your left knee a slash.
Okay. Not from him, though, I'm assuming, because he doesn't have a reaction.
Nope, not from him.
Okay. How many points of damage?
Let's find out together, shall we? Okay, that's good. 21 points of slashing damage. And you feel your knee buckle. And what was the damage on your attack to this guy? It was just the 20.
I didn't hit him.
13
I rolled
and 20.
11.
Oh, yeah. And it's just the one.
Second,
yeah.
I still have another attack with flurry of blows.
Excellent.
I'm going to pivot to whatever fucking hit me in the, turn around. Is there something behind me?
Yeah, there's a Gith woman. And she's holding 2 crisp-bladed daggers against her forearms. and you can see on the last few ridges your own blood still dripping from the tip of it.
Okay.
And you can see that she has her face covered over her nose, and you can see this thin line of gray-green skin and these pretty sizable eyes with a dark, mossy green iris.
Okay. I'm going to take my second attack from Flurry of Blows against her then.
Okay.
So that's going to be 16.
That's going to miss her.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In that case, that is all I have because I've used action, bonus action for Flurry of Blows, stun the one guy, and I can't move. So.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. So I'm behind him, but she's behind me.
Yeah, you're now facing her, but yes, you are betwixt the two of them.
Okay. Thankfully, though,
He's stunned.
just out of curiosity, when she attacked me,
Yeah.
since he was incapacitated, she didn't roll with advantage, did she?
No.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's all I got.
Yep. As you turn and face her and try and take a shot, she gets way low to the ground and begins to sweep a leg. Your last good one. And that's going to be another 28 to hit. And she's not going to do damage on this. She's going to quite literally sweep you off your feet, and you are going to fall prone. And then she is going to tumble forward. How's a 19 versus your armor class?
That will miss. I'm at 21.
She tumbles forward and stabs a crysknife into the deck over your neck, just barely missing you. And then how's a 20 versus your armor class?
Still misses.
We see you bring that short sword up and catch her crossguard as she comes down and tries to stab into your chest with that other dagger. And Kepler, it is your turn.
That sucked. That was inner monologue.
That's awful. I assume this is happening like
a fucking
here.
flash. Yeah. You see this guy stunned. He staggers, and you see the fire in his hand go out, and you see him almost like desperately trying to grip onto his sword still.
Okay. The one that Jubei punched and stunned, can I tell that?
He is obviously stunned. He would be at, one might say, a disadvantage against any attacks against him.
Can I make it into a coup de grace?
If you roll real good.
Okay. Then I'll give him 2 nice stabs with my rapier since it looks like he's right here.
Yeah, both of those will be, I think the first one, does he come out of stun if he's attacked?
I think so.
No? Okay. Then both of those will be with advantage. Because he's not magically stunned, he's just staggered, right?
I don't think that that's defined by the stun condition. It's defined by the ability to dip the stun. And in the case of Stunning Strike, I don't think so.
I think it set it as a round duration or something.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, 2 attacks rolling with advantage. So we got 29.
Yep.
And 29.
Yeah, you just run this guy through like kebab. And as you really just sort of put this guy out of his misery. We see his right knee buckle, and he twists to the side, and we just see both of those rapier retrieved from his chest as he slumps down. And what else for Kepler?
Can I take that bonus action from crossbow expert with the crossbow shot?
You get 2 attacks, so yes, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
It's usually when you make an attack, right?
I think it's a bonus action by itself. I just didn't know if I needed to already be.
Oh no, then yeah, you could just pop. You can just thump, thump, and then just bang. You're big boys and goyles. You can fight. You know how it works.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. A quick crossbow shot into the pest who tripped Jubei and is trying to viciously stab at him.
Yeah, she looks like she wants to shove this wiggly little knife right through his aorta.
Nobody likes aortas full of knives. 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
For a 7 piercing.
7 piercing damage. As you shoot sort of down, we see it stick in her shoulder, and the bolt itself is like literally hanging 3 inches out. And we see her turn and look at the fletching, and look up at you, and she grabs she swings the dagger that was being blocked by the short sword, and you see her grab this piece of wood and like dig the blade into it and extract it, and it goes clattering across the deck of the ship.
That's brutal.
And Lana Sue, you see this beautiful exchange ahead of you. What would you like to do?
You see Lana Sue coming up the stairs, already pulling a jar out of something. It appears to be out of nowhere. It's, of course, her bag of holding. Pulls this very large jar out. There is a little creature dancing around in it. She opens it. It appears to be an Ankh that's about this big.
Oh, God.
And she drops concentration on enlarge reduce, and it explodes to its full size, and the jar shatters. And she jumps on the back of it and says, Sigrun, and shouts something in another language. And Sigrun runs forward and attacks the Gith, who was stunned and was attacking.
That guy died. It's a sad death.
Okay.
Although I will say, he would make a tasty treat.
He'll take another step forward and bite the woman.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 9, and he's only got 1 attack, so that's it for Sigrun, right?
As Sigrun comes down to try and bite at this lady, we see her pull her dagger out of the deck, and it clatters against their little mandibles. They're about as big as my goddamn arms. And we see this like scratch of chitin come curling off, and she spins backwards. And anything else for Lana Sue?
So I don't believe there was an action in there, so she's going to take a swing with her nunchucks for a 24 to hit.
That is going to hit. As we see Sigrun turn and you come down with those nunchucks, she takes it almost literally on the chin.
9 bludgeoning, and I'm going to use a key point for it's a monk weapon, so I'm going to use a key point to make an unarmed strike first, and that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That's going to miss.
Okay. That is her turn.
She sort of dances around, and you see that you sort of hit her broadside of her face. We'll do a break in just a second. And as it does, you see the mask that she was wearing fall away, and she stands up, and from like almost just in front of the ear forward, there's this huge like it looks like it's grown back over, but like must have been a huge gash across her face. You can see her exposed rows of teeth. There's more than one row, and you can see almost like fang-like teeth up front as she looks down and realizes this, and then boom, throws it right back up over her ear. Yeah, let's do light, and we'll get to it.
Would Light be able to see like the other ship that's like
Absolutely, it's
latched onto
right
us?
there. Yeah, that cloud of smoke started to clear, and so you can see clearly now. The smoke is gone.
And is there like a group of like enemy like giths by the ship or like on?
Oh
their
God,
ship
it's
still?
funny you should mention that. There's 6 of them, and they seem to come up from a crouching position behind a wall of crates in the middle of the ship. And you hear almost in symphonic sound the clicking of locks on muskets.
How funny. Light does not care. Light is going to, because I have to go after this.
Sure.
Light is going to charge. And if he has to take a dash, he will. But he's going to charge right in the middle of this group of 6.
Okay.
Hopefully to hit all of them with a 5th level Thunder Step. Because
Oh,
because
snap.
he can.
Oh, snippity snap.
Yeah, it's kind of got to be that way. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Still lets me do that.
Mushed your into the rice.
Thank you.
There's also sprouts, so they can get kind of like stuck in your throat. Just
Thank you.
It'll be a 15 dex save.
15 dex save.
I'm sorry, 18. I don't know why I said 15.
That's not as easy. The first guy makes it. He's sort of hiding behind the mass of this ship. The second guy is going to make it. The third guy is going to fail miserably. The guy in the middle, where you sort of just like wham, really couldn't have been saved from it. The second guy, or the next to last guy, fails, and so does the last one. So the first 2 guys succeed. I imagine they take half damage, yeah?
Yes. If they succeeded, they take 13. But if they failed, they take 26. So Light just runs up from thunder and doesn't reappear with the teleport part.
I
do have to go. So
are they blasted backwards by that?
No, they're not.
Okay, all right. Boom goes the dynamite. Beautiful. It was great having you. Sweet. These 2 gunners that didn't get blasted bad turn. And the first shot is going to be at Lana Sue, and that is a 28 versus armor class.
That'll hit.
Okay. You are going to take 27 points of piercing damage as you are looking over the left side of Sigrun, and we just see a puff of smoke, and then see a musket ball come swirling out of your chest, and spin off into space. And how is a 25 versus Jubei's armor class?
Hit.
Sweet. That's brutal, and I love it. That is going to be 32 points of piercing damage.
As a reaction, I would like
yes.
to use deflect missiles.
Excellent. A good choice.
Okay. Catch a missile. You're hit with a range. You do so. Damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 17.
Hell
So,
yeah.
hang on.
Hell yeah.
I forgot I'm up. Can I do it too?
Yes.
So that'll be 22 points off that damage down to
Hot.
what?
That would have been 32.
So 10 points of damage.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay.
I reduced mine by 15.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I think Jubei, we sort of see those robes and cloaks swirl. And instead of this being what was supposed to be a fucking center mass shot, we just see it skim past your side. And we do see blood sort of spill quickly onto the deck. And we're back at the top of the order, and that guy's dead, which means it's Jubei's turn.
Okay.
Do we want to take... Sorry, do we need to take a break real quick? Going once, going twice? Somebody said they needed
Someone
a break.
had possible pet duties.
I can take my dog after my turn. I think I'm just after Jubei.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Sweet. Jubei, take it away.
Is that woman still in front of me?
She is. She's about 5 feet away from you. You are about beside this huge insectoid creature. It has praying mantis-like arms and a head that rises up about 7 or 8 feet off the ground, and 6 other or 4 other legs. I think it's arachnid in nature. I think it has 6 other legs.
Okay. Query.
Yeah.
Would you consider the astral plane and on the ship dim light at the moment?
Sure.
Okay.
It's not bright light, that's for sure. It's not bright.
Okay. So I am, especially since we did not take a long rest, I took some serious damage last week. I'm pretty fucked up. I'm looking around me. I'm going to look at the woman and I'm going to be like, you bitch. And I'm going to spit in her face.
Okay, roll me a ranged attack.
Bonus action to shadow step like 40 feet away behind one of the masts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to chuck 2 daggers at her back.
Hot. Sweet. Let's get that spit attack first. Give me that ranged attack.
Oh, that was for flavor.
I know.
But
This is that flavor sinking in.
okay, let me see if it works. That's a 19. And if I do unarmed strike, that's a plus 10.
Well, you're not going to get that from the spit, but you are going to hit. You are going to hit her.
Okay.
And as she looks down in absolute disgust, we see you just out of existence.
Yeah. So now I can't bonus action hide or anything, but is she engaged with anybody else? Is she within 5 feet of anybody?
No. She backed away from the 2 of you when the Onkeg party started.
Okay.
And but you will have. Let's take a quick look here. You will have advantage on the first attack because she doesn't know where you are.
Awesome. In that case, so hang on. So I'm going to toss 1 kunai at her. 20.
That's going to hit.
Okay. So first of all, she's going to take 8 points of piercing damage. And then she will also take, because it's advantage, I get sneak attack.
Nice.
An additional 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Second dagger. 23.
Yeah, we see that first one come in just under the ribs, and we see that dark red blush, and then we start to see sort of a frothy pink. And with that, when she turns, you see her try and crisscross her daggers to shield herself, and that second one slips beneath her guard. What was the damage on that one?
Second one will be another 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will spend a key point. Hang on, I'm going to take an extra key point because I don't know if I did the last one correctly. So I'm just making sure. I'm down to 9 at this point if I have it calculated correctly. And I am going to do patient defense.
Nice.
Even though she may know where I am, she may not, but I'm 40 feet away, ideally behind one of the masks.
Yeah.
I'm in patient defense because I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I think we just see you sort of just like turn your back as you pitch that second dagger, or kunai. We see you just sort of like stand yourself straight up against this mass, and just see you blocked as she looks down at these two knives stuck in her. It is her turn. Real quick. She is going to Lana Sue, as you look down from Sigrun, you see this woman start to twist, and with like a 90-degree turn, you see her turn into a pillar of smoke and start to wisp very quickly around that mast and back towards the aft of the ship. And she swirls back up, and as she does, she pulls and throws at and into you one of those kunai, the one from her abdomen. And what's the damage on the kunai? It's D4.
Kunai is 1d4.
Okay. So that's going to be 7 points of piercing damage. To start with.
Does she make an attack roll to hit me though?
No, she. You just see this from your perspective. The attack roll is against Jubei. And tack on an extra 4 points damage there, Jubei.
Real quick,
yeah.
Did she roll a perception check to see where I was?
She moved just sort of like into the middle of the ship. From where she was around the far side of this melee. It looks like she was still in smoke form when she threw that dagger at you. And she starts to move towards you and goes to slash at you with this other dagger. But as she does, you see another of like bubbles, froth from that wound, which still has the kunai in it. And she staggers a second, and then you start to see a soft pink start to drip slowly out of her mask.
Also, did she attack with disadvantage?
She rolled a natural 20.
With disadvantage?
How's a 27?
27. Well, I'm just asking if she rolled with disadvantage
because technically she can only hear him, she can't see him. It's like an invisible target. So you have to roll disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. Is a 27 gonna hit?
27 would hit.
Okay.
So what was the damage on the dagger?
That would have been.
You said 7?
7 piercing, 11 piercing total.
Okay.
She staggers towards you and Kepler. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna unleash my microphone.
Nice. Excuse me while I whip this out.
I started talking while I was muted. It's like not gonna happen. Gonna unleash a flurry of Eldritch Blasts and crossbow shots at this spider lady who seems to really dislike Jubei.
Sure.
I hocked a loogie in her face, dude. Come on.
That's
she was
fair.
jumping you before you did anything.
It's just business, guys. It's just business. All right.
That's going to be 2 crossbow shots and 3 Eldritch Blasts at her.
Amazing.
2 of them are going to be sharp shot crossbow shots.
Okay.
So those are... There's a nice net 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's still not going to hit. And sharp shot makes that a 14. So we'll probably throw those out.
As you and go to reload for that second shot, we see her look over towards you, and she starts running back towards her ship. As you pull that second shot, we actually see you hit one of the Gith sailors. And as you hit him, you see him react as he's sort of swinging a sword up. And as he recoils in pain and looks, you see this guy just take his head clean off. You see her hit the railing on the boat and look out over the other ship. It is a bit dismayed over there currently, as one guy, you see him, he is drifting upward and away, and sort of going end over end a little bit. And you see one of the guys throw out a rope, and 2 of them seem to be trying to retrieve him. The other 2 seem to be reloading their guns. She looks over and grabs her side as she considers whether or not she can make this jump.
All right. And resolving the Eldritch Blast. All right. Why is that not one of my actions? It's annoying. Or is it one of my... Okay. Sorry, I don't know why it's not showing the Eldritch Blast.
That's weird. Let me take a quick look here.
I'm gonna unlearn it and relearn it, and I think that did it.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So
we see you shaking your arm like, what the hell's wrong with you?
24 to hit.
24 is going to hit.
15.
15 is going to miss.
And 13 is going to miss.
Yeah.
All right. So the Eldritch Blast that hits is 13 force.
13 force. As it hits her, we see her as she is about to step up onto this banister. And as she goes to leap, we see that Eldritch Blast, boom, right into her. And she starts to twist in the air. And as she does, we see at the same time 2 more Eldritch Blasts just sort of one on either side of her as she's falling upward. And as she does, we see those 2 daggers fall from her limp hands. And she's sort of floating up and over this other ship. As that happens, Lana Sue, you look down this deck and you see the guy who just killed one of these Gith sailors turn and run to his buddy's aid. And it's 2-on-1 against this Gith sailor. And it looks like if his buddy just beyond that doesn't get his shit together, it's going to be 3-on-1.
Okay. Is it Lana's turn?
It certainly is.
Okay. So, quick rules question. When you use Action Surge, you can cast 2-leveled spells on your turn, right?
That's the way I like to play it. I just reset your whole fucking action.
Okay. That's right. I think that's okay. She is going to reach out towards. Can I see Jubei?
Roll me a perception check.
16.
Jubei, can Lana Sue see you?
Hang on just one moment.
Sure.
Give me, because perception checks against me have disadvantage while I have the cloak on.
Okay.
So roll one more time.
16 is still the lower. I got 22 when I rolled again.
Okay.
What's your bonus to stealth? It's not bad.
10?
So I would say, just take 10. You are essentially at 20 anytime you're just moving.
Okay. My passive perception is 20 as well.
So I think what we see is as you start to move forward, see you looking around, and as you look and don't see anyone, you look back at the mast again, and you
Probably
just
see my tail swishing.
nice.
Just like
Okay.
out from behind.
I target that space, and blue energy emits from my hand as I cast Heal at 6th level, and he regains 70 hit points.
Oh, I was down to 22.
So I think we see the blue swirl around an unseen figure with a black tail coming out.
I love it. I love it.
My tail would totally fluff. Now I would be like, oh.
Now, I want to make a tactical assessment of the ship that it was attacking us. I'm going to action surge so that I can do something else additional. Are they fleeing, or are they just regrouping for a second attack?
So it looked like when Light bamfed over there, Thunder stepped over there, that they were lining up another volley of guns. There were 6 guns. They'd all, I guess, fired, you think, at once, and then were coming up for another volley and were interrupted. And you do see that 3 of them are otherwise indisposed. 2 of them are holding on to a rope trying to get a third one back onto the ship.
You said this ship is smaller than the Mercenary Guild airship.
Yeah.
Am I able to see a point? Is the fore end of their ship within 120 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay.
You're about at the end. The boat itself is about 90 feet long, and it's not that much of an angle from here.
From the back of Sigrun, I'm going to cast Maelstrom, the 5th level spell, off their port quarter on the fore end of the ship.
Okay.
So that I am casting a Maelstrom storm that is going to pull the edge of their ship and anyone on the edge of their ship sideways to try and capsize their ship.
Magnificent.
It's a DC 19 strength saving throw to any people or however you want to play that with objects.
Great. Well, the first thing that we see is the banister of their ship. There's one of the little anchor, like rope anchors, and you can see that one of the ropes with a grappling hook on it immediately tenses, and you see that anchor point snap off and sort of like rubber band sling forward and sort of start to hang limply over your ship. The boat itself starts to shift and lurch, and there's a secondary effect of the boat you guys are on being pulled as well. This guy is starting to be the rope that they were like trying to throw to this guy starts to be pulled towards it, and he is unable to grab it, but then he starts to get caught up in this as well. And the guys that were trying to save him individually, one of them gets caught up, and the other one is still hanging onto the banister as we see this vortex swirling around them.
With a mind of his own, Sigrun is hungry, so he makes for the nearest living Gith sailor that is on the offensive, and he makes a bite attack for 21 to hit.
Excellent. It will be with advantage because the first guy you run up to is the one flanking another Gith sailor.
Okay. I'll just roll one more time to see if there's a crit. There is not. So 21 is still the best to hit.
Very good hit.
And it's going to be a 8 slashing damage plus D6 acid. 6 acid. And the target is grappled in his jaws.
Amazing. As he grabs this guy and starts to rear back up, we see him lose his sword. It goes falling out of his hand, and he starts trying to wrestle against Sigrun. Anything else for Lana Sue?
That's it. So just to catch up, who just got back, I healed Jubei, and I cast Maelstrom to try and tip over their ship. So it's currently like listing to the side.
And light. Well, boy, howdy, this is going to be interesting. That maelstrom just looks sort of like black hole-ish, right? Hanging on the edge.
Yeah, in the material plane, it's like a water maelstrom, but I love the idea that in the astral plane, it looks more like a Hunger of Hadar. It's like swirling black masses of space, and without a real center to it, just more blackness. Maybe some purple, some purple in the clouds.
Little cosmic glitter in there. You see that guy who was unfortunately lost from the ship. He just gets totally sucked up into this thing. The second guy's done for. The third one pulls himself back onto the deck and is trying to use the uprights of the gunnels to like climb like a ladder away from this thing.
And mechanically speaking, there is a damage when they're in the influence of it. If they fail to make that strength saving throw, they take 66 bludgeoning. That's kind of in addition to being pulled towards it, technically.
Yeah, let's just say that these two guys, we're not gonna worry about rolling for them anymore.
Okay.
There was a reason they were doing ranged attacks. They're not the beefiest of boys. But the other two gunners look around, and neither one of them seems particularly enamored with their current state of affairs. And one of them rushes to the helm, and he begins to pull the ship backwards. Go ahead and roll me that 6. Is 6d6, John?
Sure.
Go and hit me with one of those, would you?
Okay. 23.
Nice. We see about a 3-foot swath of this ship start to crumple and twist. And as those boards break and splinter, we see them caught up in this swirl as well. And then slowly we see that the edge of this maelstrom is just slapping away the boards as this ship sort of turns to the side, and you realize that this guy's trying to steer away, and it is eating up the front of his ship. But you guys are still tethered together by these two ropes. And the second guy leans forward and tries to swing at one of these ropes. And as the boat sort of pulls taut, you guys feel a lurch on your side, and this guy goes tumbling forward. And we see from his vantage point as he falls bent over the edge of this ship, this gray expanse that just goes on interminably. And these guys are done. Jubei, you got nobody to fight over here. What are you gonna do, buddy?
Okay, so everyone on our ship is dead. Correct.
Not yet. There are still two. What am I looking for? Boarders that
Okay.
are alive. One is fighting next to. I guess technically there's 3 of them. One of them is in Sigrun's mouth and grappled. One of them is fighting another sailor, and there's another one on the far end who is about to get a 2-for-1 Gith sailor special.
Meaning he's got 2 sailors on him.
Yeah.
The one that is engaged in single combat,
Mm-hmm.
how far away from me is he?
About 60 feet currently.
Okay. My my walking speed is 60 feet.
Would you like to stroll up behind him?
Well, it's going to look more like all fours. I'm going to rush out towards him.
Okay.
Come up behind him. Well, so I'll be flanking for advantage on the attack, hopefully.
Correct.
First attack with the short sword.
I think we see you almost move through Sigrun's space under this grappled Githyanki that looks like he's about to be a snack. And we see this other Gith looking up at his buddy like, I can't fucking help you, pal. And then all of a sudden we just see that tail swish as you're behind him.
Okay. Rolling with advantage. That
You
would
bet.
be a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Okay, so that's 1d8 piercing. So he's going to take 12 points of damage.
Nice.
Plus, with advantage, he will get sneak attack
Correct.
for an additional 9 points of damage. So 21 on the first attack.
Okay.
Second attack, 24,
Okay.
and that is for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
I will spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows. And so that will be 21 to hit,
That's going to hit.
12 points of damage. And then
Uh,
the last Flurry of Blows.
the last flurry of blows seems a little unnecessary.
Okay.
If you see this guy's head bobble twice against the spikes of Sigrun's claws, and with that second shot, you just see he's hanging by his ocular like bone in his forehead.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Kepler, what was your take on that?
Soul Cage.
Hot.
Sorry, brutal.
Sweet. What does it look like? What do we see?
I sketch a quick circle in the air and just reach out and kind of scorpion pull at the air at this fellow.
Poor guy. What happens as his soul is very quickly extracted?
Description here: they're snatched as they die, trapped in a little cage for the next 8 hours. While they're trapped, they can't be revived, and there's a couple of actions that I can take on the soul while it's trapped.
Awesome possum. You got a gith in a box. Yeah, Jubei, as you look out, you see there you got kind of KS there again with the soul steel. But yeah, he's dead. His body's still hanging on Sigrun's claw as they're starting to try and feast. They don't seem to be any sort of imposition, even with an extra body dangling from them. But there is another guy over there. He's about to do the 2-for-1 special. So if you wanted to whip around and give him a shot, you could take that one with advantage too.
Okay, so he is within range. Okay, so that'll be the last unarmed strike of Flurry of Blows for a 21.
That's going to hit.
10 points of damage.
Nice.
And that is my turn. That's actions, bonus actions, and movement.
Yeah, I think we see you just sort of shift feet and kick this guy in the side of the head, and we hear a crack. He's not dead, but he sort of pulls his head back on where it belongs. That one's dead. Kepler, it is your turn.
Okay. See, Jubei is feeling much better than he was a moment ago.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it. Going to sketch a quick air sign in the air. It looks like a very crude stick person, and kind of throw it at Jubei. This is life transference.
Nice.
Learn. I'm going to
learn it.
Yes. And it's going to be using a 4th level slot.
Okay.
So, okay.
For the record, I'm pretty decent at the moment. So if you have something else to use, you want to use that for, I'll happily take it. Just letting you know.
No, it's okay.
Cool.
This seems efficient
Okay.
on the whole.
So player to player, that's me. Character-wise, he's, still hurt.
All right. So 5d8. That deals 20 to me and heals you for 40.
Damn.
30?
40 for you healing. Oh. I take 20.
Awesome. I am.
And as a
awesome. Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
And as a bonus action, the captive soul that I have, I'm going to drain vigor from it for 2d8 healing.
Dope.
To heal 12 back.
Does that extinguish that soul?
5 more.
Oh, you could really siphon
Some-
off of this guy. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, you hear these faint, almost like ringing crystal screams from that cage as this guy's life essence is being ripped away. Lanasu.
All right. So how many living Gith are still on the deck of the ship?
There's one in the clutches of your dear Ankeg, and another one who just got kicked right in the head.
So I'll run Sigrun first. He basically flavor wise like throws the Gith, drops it from his jaws. You say he's like near death. He's pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah.
He wants the hunt, so he's going to charge the other one that got kicked in the head.
Nice. Yeah, the first one is confused as he is dropped onto the deck of the ship and bangs his head real good and looks like he's having a very difficult time.
18 to hit on the.
That's going to
second
hit. Yep.
Okay. Going to be 6 slashing damage
Okay.
and 6 acid, and he's grappled.
Excellent. Amazing.
Lana Sue will look down and splay out her fingers as they all begin to glow, and you see like pew, 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 3 firebolts shoot out
Nice.
at the guy for 25 to hit.
Definitely a hit. This is the one that
Sigrun is fighting.
Sigrun has. Okay, excellent.
21 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As we sous vide this gift.
Yeah, I was about to say as we spit roast this motherfucker. Pardon my language. Sorry, YouTube. Damn is all I can say. In the words of Pulitzer Prize winning Kendrick Lamar. Damn. He's not. I want to be very clear. He's not dead. But the wishing he was part is right around the corner.
He's being chewed. He's being swung through the air like it's Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
His organs are burning due to acid, and his skin is on fire.
Yeah, it smells not great. Also, it leads to most of your olfactory senses.
Sigrun thinks he's at a Texas barbecue, though.
Understandably.
Enter.
As you scorch this guy, you see the one that was dropped grab his head and roll over and start beelining towards the back of the ship. And as he comes to his feet, he grabs a hold of one of the ropes with the grappling hook on it and begins to cut at it. And as he gets through that rope, it swings away, and he runs down to the last rope, and you see the boat straining against this rope, and this guy throws his body over the edge and is holding onto the rope and sawing on the rope on you guys' boat side. And Jubei, it is your turn.
So he's like trying to disconnect.
Sorry,
their-
it's Light's turn. I apologize. Yeah, he's trying to cut the tether. And Lanasu, Gunners. No, we're back to that guy. We're back to Jubei.
Okay. As a free action, hopefully,
Hope so.
I would call out to my compatriots, do we want a ship?
And as a matter of fact, Lana Sue would say that seizing it is the best way to deter the Gith, or they'll come back.
Drop the storm. And I'm going to then... So the ship, how far is it from this ship to the other ship at the moment?
It is 30 feet. The closest point right now is the rope from this grappling hook that this guy's on to the edge of the other ship. That rope is drawn tight, and you can already see curls of it beginning to unfurl. Is it a action to drop it, or is it a free action to drop it?
I'm gonna check. I don't remember the language for like dropping restriction.
So while he is looking that up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to run to the edge
Okay.
and chuck 2 kunai at the guy who's trying to cut the rope. So that's first one. 29.
Just got him.
Okay. That's 8 damage.
The rule of PHP reads, you can drop concentration at any time, no action required. So
that's what I thought.
You can do it even off your turn. So,
yeah,
sure.
Okay.
So
what's the damage on that attack, on that first one?
8.
Okay.
And so in this case, because I don't know how this is going to play out, let me read this to you for flavor.
Sure.
So what I'd like to do is run. So the ship is 90 feet long. I have a movement speed of 60. I would like to move essentially practically midship for them.
Okay.
Chuck the kunai at the guy. And
Okay.
then after I had called out drop the spell, I'm going to use my bonus action of Shadow Step to fucking teleport right to their steering wheel of the ship.
Yep.
And grab hold of it. So I assume that's going to be my second action.
Your second attack there. There's a guy there. He's steering hard to
okay. Well, in that case,
starboard.
After I have advantage on the attacks after I appear from the teleportation, so I'm going to take 2 attacks at the guy at the wheel. So with the ninja toe at advantage. Come on. 19.
19's going to hit him.
Okay. Wrong wall. 10 damage.
Nice.
I'm going to use a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
Or sorry, key point to do Stunning Strike, actually.
Great. 10 points.
That will be its con of DC 17.
9. He got a 9 as you bounce his head against the one of the handholds of the steering wheel, and we just see his eyes cross and his body go limp.
Okay. So in that case, for the rest of what I would do is kind of shove him over, grab the wheel, and then that's it. I'm going to wait there and hope to God that 1, the ship doesn't break apart, and 2, the guy doesn't cut the thing, but I'm still trying to steer now towards the ship we're next to.
Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand?
Yes, please.
11.
As you start to turn this, you feel the boat turn this way more than you had expected. And as you sort of like try to bring it back, you realize that the wheel moves forward and backwards as well. And as you start to lean into it a little bit, you see this boat start to move forward. Good thing that spell was dropped. And see this guy. And now he's dangling from this rope, and he doesn't know what fucking boat he wants to be on anymore. And Kepler, it's your turn.
I shout out as loud as I can in both common and infernal. Attacking ship, it's time to surrender.
I like this because there's not much left by way of attacking ship. As you say that, we see bodies littered on this deck, and we see the last two standing Gith sailors as they skewer this stunned border, and as they go limp in Sigrun's grasp, you see one poor fucking guy, and he's on the other side. He's on the other boat, and he was trying to cut the rope from this side, and the only other guy left is the one dangling on the other side, trying to cut the rope on this side. And I'm going to drop you guys out of initiative. What do you guys do as you realize there's just these two guys left, and neither of them are necessarily in a position to put up a resistance?
Jubei, first and foremost, help! Help, help, help! I can't fucking fly this thing!
And we see the other ship sort of like lilt a little bit as Jubei goes sort of down and forward and up and then banks to the left and bumps into the ship. And we see this guy who was going to try and cut the rope. At the last second, we just see him like drop. And as he does, we see him starting to just drift downwards. And look up at these two boats as they bump into one another.
Fuck, shit. God, son of a bitch.
I'm going
So
to
the
be trying
boats are coming
to
edge to edge.
bring that guy back onto a ship
Okay,
flying down.
you're going to swoop down and grab him. Roll me an athletics check, please. I like this.
Okay. He's doomed. It's an 8. I have a -1 to my check.
As you swoop down, you flap your wings, and we just see a couple of thin feathers sort of waft off. And as you fly towards this guy, you see him turn and look at you, and he tries to take a swing at you with this dagger as you go by. And he doesn't get you, but you can't get a hold of him. But it does end up sending him in this sort of like twisting, swirling manner as you swoop past him.
All right.
I begin driving Sigrun towards the other ship.
Okay.
And I wanted to do this from the beginning. I just never got around to it. She pulls out a bag of fairy dust and sprinkles it over Sigrun and casts giant insect at 4th level. So he grows from a large Ankeg to a huge Ankeg.
Jesus.
And he just steps from one ship to the other.
He's what, a 4x4 square now?
20 feet.
4 by 5?
20 feet in every dimension. 20, 20, 20.
Okay, yeah. So, amazing. And 20 feet tall.
And 20 feet tall.
Jesus,
she wants
fuck.
to triumphantly establish we are in control of this boat.
Yeah.
If there are any other below decks,
As
whatever.
we see Sigrun clatter these huge legs over this guy, his eyes go wide and his jaw just goes slack. And as you, now diminutive in comparison, look down over his shoulder and announce your presence and intentions, he just sort of slinks down and is just holding on to the interior of this banister with abject fear, total terror.
Coming towards the wheel where Jubei is trying to control this thing. She turns and looks towards the what's the name of the airship for the Mercenary Guild?
It's not a Mercenary Guild ship. It is a Gith ship, the Enkai.
I mean, the one that we were on, ours.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I must have misunderstood the starting of this session then. I thought we were on the Mercenary Guild airship.
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, no. That would have been nice. That would have been nice.
Doesn't change things. She turns and like kind of does one of these, like she's gonna raise her voice a little bit, but use this thaumaturgy, and it just like blasts through the air. We need a pilot.
As you say that, you see a little green head poke out from around the steps that lead up to the helm of your former ship. You see this kid, and he steps forward, bags on his shoulder, and he looks out and says, "I could help."
Help me!
Oh God! He rushes over, and we see the grappling hook come loose and fall. He grabs a hold of it, and as the ship pulls away, you see him wait until it's nice and taut. And then he sort of like grabs it overhead and throws it downwards, but he doesn't let go. We see him swing at full tension under the ship, back over it, and as he comes back over the top of the ship, we see him land facing Lana Sue on top of Sigrun, and he holds the grappling hook and goes, "That was a lot of fun," and drops it. And it sort of falls slowly to the deck. As he sits there, he faces you and smiles and says, "I can steer it. I can steer it." And then he looks down and goes, "But I might need some help down."
Lurker.
Yeah.
Help down?
We have 7 cats, so I had to show her the cat.
Tell her to join next time.
Yeah, I can't wait to have her at the table eventually. So yeah, this kid is sitting astride Sigrun in front of the saddle, and is facing Lana Sue, and asks for your help to get down.
Sure. She. This is a child.
Oh, this is the guy that you met earlier. He's adolescent.
Yeah, she picks him up by the collar. She has 14 strength. She could probably do that.
Yeah, he's a slight individual.
And kind of eases him down most of the way, like getting off of a big jack truck, I guess.
Sure.
And drops him, and Sigrun, being a semi-feral animal, is kind of like steps away from him suddenly as he is underfoot.
Sure. He clambers to his feet quite dexterously, and we see him sort of crouched at the base of Sigrun as he looks out at this terrified figure. And he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Obi. Nice to meet you." And he sort of climbs almost animalistically, or sort of like starts to run almost animalistically with a bit of a gallop before he gets to the stairs and rights himself. And as he does, he says, "Don't worry, you'll get a hang of it," and then bodily pushes Jubei out from behind the steering wheel.
I put both my hands up, step back, and sit down.
Yeah, as you lean back against the this banister on the aft of the ship, you see this kid. He's grabbing the steering wheel a little lower than you. He's sort of leaning down. The wheel's pretty tall, and it's even high a little bit for Jubei. And he's sort of steering through the slats here, and or the spokes. And as he does, you see this ship very quickly and very dexterously come back in line. And as it does, he sort of brings it alongside the larger ship. And he goes, see, there's nothing to it.
Cool. Fuck all. And I'm just going to take a breath, lean back, and just relax. And yay! Raise my hand and then drop it and then just relax.
As you start to relax after this exchange, you see two heavily armed individuals stride out on your original ship. And as they walk out onto the deck and begin examining the damage to the ship and life and limb, we see the captain stride back out, his brow furrowed, and he turns and looks at this ship that the three of you are now on, and cocks his head to the side, and gives a muted smile to your party. And as he looks, you see recognition in his eyes and a bit of shock. And Obi waves his hand and says, "Hey, Dad, I got a new ship for our friends." And he sort of pulls the ship over and swoops down and back up. And we see a few more boards and some loose goods come pouring out of the hole of the at the bow of the ship. And he takes it up and sort of makes this long, slow loop around the larger ship. Giving you guys a very interesting view from underneath and then back up of this larger vessel. And as the two of you sort of encircle one another, you guys have pretty good passive perception, right?
I'm a 29, yeah.
It's pretty good, right? As the ships come side by side again, you see the two guards come over and grab the last individual from this ship, and he doesn't even seem to resist, although he is just sort of like far off gaze. As they return to the ship, we look out across the bow of both of these ships, and in the distance, but growing far larger on your visual plane, is a tremendously large asteroid. And as it grows and grows and grows, you look out and you can see twinkling dots of illumination, which grow denser and denser in certain areas that are obviously populated. And as you come closer, you hear Obi say, well, I guess we made it to Ingendu anyways. And we see your party on this ship side by side as these two ships pull into port. And that is where I'll leave you today.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Oh my god. I'm like Oh,
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
oh yeah.
You did it. You did it.
Thank you for the healing.
Yeah.
I seriously, I was like, we didn't take a long rest. Nope.
Nope.
Heal is
Might
such a
happen. I'm like, what's the
Heal is
worst
such
that
a
can happen?
baller spell. I love it.
Yeah, it makes it can
You go
change.
for
It's
cast
game
heal,
changing.
like- Yeah, being able to cast heal is like the best reason to have a high level caster in the party. With one of them.
It is it can change the direction of a game, just like that.
Yep. That
Uh,
was awesome. Thank you, Hadley.
thank you for joining me. I'm really been enjoying delving into higher level play. John and I had many an exchange about what it takes to really enjoy this high level stuff, and I think I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. There'll be lots of varying difficulties of challenges that you face. Not all of them combat, and so I'm excited that we've got some returning players. I'm always glad to have John at the table. It's great to see you, sir. Thank you for coming and joining us
I
tonight.
applaud returning to the astral plane. It's a great setting with a lot of potential. It's kind of an old school setting. You don't see it in 5th edition very much, probably because there are no source books with stories that take place in it, and so
Give it another
requires
2
a lot
years,
from the
2024.
yeah.
You know,
Hadley is cursed in that Hadley will develop a story setting, and then a hardback will come out on that setting within about 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, that's about right. So it's been that way for a little over 2 years now, and it's. I just hope that someone out there's listening and they're like, Hadley said make the Astral Planes book. And I'm like, there we go. Spell jam me, daddy.
I'm sure there's a Spelljammer coming with like Manual of Planes type content.
With the Mordenkainen's new book coming too, I think that brings a lot of playable races to the forefront. That probably aren't standard playable races in 5e. So I'm really hot to trot about that. And so I imagine that there'll be some Spelljammer teasers essentially in that book. And then we'll probably get something just before they go to 6th edition or 5.1, whatever they call it.
In 2024, I think that's scheduled for like playtest release.
Right. So excellent. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I had a great time. I look forward to seeing these characters again, or not, at your discretion. And as we get into Ijendu, there's going to be a lot. Just the doors are thrown really open with this campaign as to who you can play and how you want to introduce your characters. You can create characters that are not members of the Mercenary Guild, full stop, and have reasons for them to be in the astral plane. So please feel free. You could be the guy that helps the party do X, Y, or Z. I really encourage it. But I know that these characters are great, and I look forward to seeing them again as well. So thank you all for playing them so well. Unfortunately, I must bid you adieu and au revoir, and remind you, as always, to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. And if you do get caught, don't say shit. Good night, everybody.